What's going on, guys? It's your boy the GCC, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the top 5 prequel diorama sets that LEGO needs to make. If you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Now let's get into our first set. Alright guys, the first set that we're going to be talking about today is the Shattered set. Now this looks pretty cool. Obviously this is based off the Order 66 scene in Clone Wars Season 7. Of course, when Captain Rex and the 332nd attack Ahsoka Tano. It's just a sad scene, but like they just did a great job with that scene in the show. Definitely go check it out if you haven't already. So of course in this set it looks like you would have 3 main areas and then also a center console, which I think is pretty cool. So I really love how you have those hologram like tables and stuff like that off to the side, and you also do have that sliding door that your clones can come through and stuff like that. And of course, if you guys remember from the scene in the show, Ahsoka is standing on top of the table there and all the clones are firing on her. I think that's really cool. Now looking at the actual minifigure selection, of course you would get another Season 7 Ahsoka Tano minifigure, which we have seen in previous other sets, so that's nothing new and different there. It also looks like you would get that Phase 2 Captain Rex. Of course, it'd probably be the same one from the UCS vendor, just used in a cheaper set, which I definitely think would be nice for the people who can't afford the UCS vendor. You could obviously get it in this set right here. It also looks like you would get a couple of 332nd Ahsoka clone troopers, which we recently got in the 332nd clone battle pack back in the summer of 2023. Unfortunately, they probably would have the double holes, but like what Phase 2 clone troopers don't have the double holes nowadays, so that's kind of disappointing, but a great way to get more of those minifigures and people who don't have them. So I probably could see this set probably going for around $60 or $70. I'm assuming LEGO would make this set a little bit bigger for that price range, but being this a diorama set, I'm assuming you would go for that $60 or $70. I think this is a great idea though. I mean, Order 66 is such a sad moment in Star Wars history, and to get more diorama sets like this, you know, for that scene or just in general, I think that'd be really cool, and I think Brick Wizard did an amazing job with it. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright guys, the next set that we're going to be talking about today is the Duel on Coruscant. Now of course this is a flashback from the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. I'm pretty sure this was set after Attack of the Clones and before the Clone Wars, or maybe even before Attack of the Clones, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So in this set it looks like you would get 2 minifigures, of course being that Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is pretty cool. Of course you would have some updated Jedi robes and stuff like that, you know, nothing new and different there, but just a nice updated version of him. And of course you would get that Padawan Anakin Skywalker. I want to say we haven't had that minifigure in a good, I want to say probably maybe like 7 or 8 years, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Now looking at like the actual diorama of this set, of course it would be kind of like in the Jedi Temple, which I think is really cool on Coruscant. I just love how Brick Wizard used a lot of those flower plants around the edge and stuff like that to really make it look, you know, light and vibrant and stuff like that. I think that's really cool, and I just love all the Jedi Temple architecture on the sides of the walls. I love how this diorama is open, so it is kind of like a dueling ground, which I think is pretty cool. I'm assuming this set would probably go for around maybe, I want to say $50 or $60, because you know how LEGO is with their prices. I'd love to get maybe an exclusive minifigure in this set, just being that there are only 2 in this set. I would love to see maybe like 25th anniversary minifigure thrown in this set, or just some random Jedi minifigure that we've never had before or something like that, just to make this set really worth your money. I mean, I love the set, don't get me wrong. I just feel like it's a little bit empty, but I'm sure LEGO could maybe fill up the space a little bit more with some other stuff. But anyway, this is a great set. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright guys, you know what time it is. It is meme set time, and today we have Ben Solo. Just look at him there as a big fig. I think this is absolutely hilarious. We all remember the memes back in the day from The Last Jedi when Ben Solo had his shirt off, just, you know, staring into the distance and stuff like that, and of course Ben Solo came to be. I love this for him. Obviously, of course, he has those black pants on the lower half of his body, but then you can see he has no shirt on the top half, which I think is absolutely hilarious. You can see his chest and his abs and all that stuff, but then of course you can see his regular size head, which I think is absolutely hilarious. It just does not fit his body size at all, and you can see his red lightsaber. I think Star Wars Photoshop did an amazing job with this minifigure. I'd love to see this maybe for the May 4th promo, or thrown in some random meme set if LEGO had any humor, but I definitely think we need some more Star Wars big figs in LEGO form, so Ben Solo would definitely be an option. But anyway, let's get back to our sets. Alright lads, the next set that we're going to be talking about today is the Duel on the Invisible Hand, which I think is an awesome set. Of course, this was featured in the beginning of the Revenge of the Sith movie, one of the best Star Wars movies of all time, if not the best. And of course, in this set, it looks like you get a great selection of minifigures. So first up, we have an updated Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure in his Revenge of the Sith robes, which I think would be really cool to get an updated version of him. It also looks like you would get an updated Anakin Skywalker in his Revenge of the Sith robes as well. It also looks like you get that Chancellor Palpatine in his gray outfit, which is really cool. I want to say we had him in his gray outfit in one other set. I want to say back maybe in like 2014 or 2013, but I could be wrong. Maybe even back in like 2012 or something like that. But I would love to get an updated version of him. I think that'd be pretty cool. It also looks like you get an updated Count Dooku minifigure. I'm pretty sure we haven't had him for a good, 10 or 11 years. So to get an updated version of him would be pretty nice as well. I know he is a very desirable minifigure. It also looks like you get a couple of B2 Super Battle Droids. It's awesome to see more B2 Super Battle Droids in action. Of course, we just got them in the 2024 Clone and Droid Battle Pack, so to have them in this diorama set, I think that'd be pretty cool. So the set itself looks pretty decent. Of course, you would have Chancellor Palpatine's prison chair, of course, and then it looks like you'd have those stairs in like the doorway for, your droids and Count Dooku and the Jedi to fight and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't look like there's much function in this set, but I really like the diorama look of it and stuff like that. So I could probably see this set going for a nice $60 or $70 because obviously being a diorama set, it's probably going to be up there, but I definitely think Brick Wizard did a great job designing it, and I would love to see this set actually made. I definitely could see LEGO doing this maybe for the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith next year, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right, lads, the next set that we're going to be talking about today is called The Box. Now, this was an awesome arc in the Clone Wars. I want to say it was Clone Wars Season 4, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, Obi-Wan Kenobi gets fake assassinated and has to go undercover and, basically stop a plot to kill Chancellor Palpatine. It's just a great arc in the Clone Wars. Definitely go check it out if you have time or if you have not seen it already. But this set looks amazing, though. This really reminds me of the Indiana Jones set that released back in, I want to say, April, kind of with like the different stages, which I think is really cool. So basically, the box had like 3 levels to it, as you guys can see on screen now. The first level with like the pointy laser, so you can easily turn the knob and they can come out and like move around and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. The next section is kind of like the laser section. Basically, the squid guy, I forget his name, had to reach through the lasers and like grab like the ointment or something like that, and so basically they all could live. But I like how this has function and those lasers can come in, so you can really recreate the scene of the box, which I think is really cool. And then basically the last level was like a sharpshooter level. So basically Obi-Wan Kenobi had to like shoot the target basically, and so it looks like you can move the target around, which is really accurate to what we saw in the Clone Wars, which I think is really awesome. The minifigure selection looks pretty decent. Of course, you would get an updated Clone Wars Count Dooku, which would be really cool to have. It looks like you would get an updated Embo minifigure. We haven't seen that Embo minifigure, I want to say, since the Clone Wars days. It also looks like you would get another Cad Bane minifigure. We recently had him in the 2022 Justifier set. It also looks like we would get the squid guy, as I was talking about earlier. Again, I'm sorry, I do not remember his name, but it looks really cool though, and I love how he has those tentacles for legs instead of standard minifigure legs. And then of course you would get Rocco Hardeen, basically Obi-Wan Kenobi undercover, which I think is really cool. Again, we haven't seen him, I want to say, since 2013 or 2014. Now basically the creator of the box was, I'm pretty sure, Moralo Eval. I'm pretty sure that's what his name was. So I would love to see him maybe included as a minifigure. I know he has like a special head mold, so that is why Brick Wizard 59 did not include him in here, which I completely understand. I mean, designing this stuff and creating this stuff is really hard, so credit goes out to Brick Wizard 59. But anyway, though, I would love to see that if LEGO were to actually like make Moralo Eval and like to include a brand new head mold, which would be really cool. But anyway, I love this set though. I definitely could see it going for a nice like $120 because I want this set to be pretty decent size and you're getting some awesome minifigures. LEGO needs to do more sets like this. Congratulations, guys, you have made it to the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had a fun time putting it together, and I definitely think LEGO needs to make some of these awesome prequel dioramas. Shout out to Brick Wizard 59 and Star Wars Photoshop for making these awesome sets. I'll put a link to their Instagrams down in the description below. If you guys enjoyed today's video or you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. It would help out the channel big time, and honestly, you would make my day. Also, go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. Again, I'd really appreciate it. It would help out the video big time. I know I say that a lot, guys, but it really would mean a lot. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.